Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Chai and Apash coming at you with another lesson. And this lesson is going to be entitled, We Have to Be Mindful of These People That Are Getting Ready to Crash Out. In other words, the people of the world, we have to be very mindful of them, not to trust them, because we're coming to a time of great evil. Okay, and these people are getting ready to do whatever it takes to survive. And you allowing people to see inside of your house and see where you live, and being too open with these people in the times that we're coming into can make you a target. Okay, this is why it's better to move in secret. Okay, give these people what they need to know, so to speak. And we have to move like that because the times that we're coming into is very, very serious, and these people are getting ready to crash out on a high level. I want to read this scripture, and then I'm going to play a couple videos. Okay, this is Matthew 24:12. It says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." It's about to get a lot more wicked, a lot more evil, and the love is going to wax cold. You look up this word cold, it's psycho. All right, there's going to be a lot of psychotic people moving out here in these last days because it's about to get harder. It's going to be harder to eat. It's going to be harder to survive. Okay. And these jakes are going to be crashing out for sure. But the one that's going to crash out the worst, when you see somebody, if you want to see somebody in a cold, evil spirit, back Esau into a wall. Make Esau go without food. Okay? They'll be the first ones to eat somebody, no problem. They'll be the first ones to put women and children to death. They don't trust me. Esau in his natural state, he doesn't give a damn. You see? And you could tell the character of a man when he has no consequences for what he does, right? And if let's say if he has a carte blanche to do whatever he wants and he does nothing but pure evil, that's how you know the character of a man. Okay? And Esau, when he was in a power seat, a position of power, what did he do? He did nothing but oppress, destroy, abuse, okay, and complete torture, right? Esau's a sadist, okay? When you look up the word sadist, that's, matter of fact, let's look up this word sadist, okay? Because Esau is a sadist. Esau Edom is a sadist or sadistic, right? You can use that word as well. Deriving pleasure from inflicting pain. This is Esau, right? This is why they were cutting off your members, while they were lynching you, okay? Suffering or humiliation on others. Yeah, Esau's into that, okay? He's into that, So you're going to see the true nature of these Edomites, but also these heathen. These heathen are nothing but animals and beasts as well. You're going to see these heathen crash out, and you Jakes, you Israelites, that are not in this truth, you're in the same category as the heathen. You're not but a bunch of animals as well. Okay, you YNs, all right? You 2/3 and dubs, and the woman ain't gonna be doing nothing in that day. She gonna trust me. It's gonna be the survival of the fittest. Okay, you women are gonna become commodity in that day. You're just gonna be used and abused at that time. Point blank, period. Okay? Okay? It's gonna be men with trucks with you women in the back of it. Okay? We're coming to a very, very cold time, man. Let's play this. This is a video of an Edomite crashing out that I held on to for a little bit.
The new rules I should drive in there.
What fucking new rules?
Do you know the...
Move your fucking car. Move your fucking bike out the fucking way. The fuck out the fucking road.
the
So see, he was trying. Basically, this Elamite was trying to explain that he's not able to go into the bike lane because he got a ticket for it. Blah blah blah. And this Edomite just crashed the hell out and slammed the door on him, threw his bike on the ground. So these Edomites are very unhinged. Okay, they're very very unhinged, and these people in general are becoming unhinged. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the next video.
Snap cuts are a form of shock therapy. I want you to understand this. The snap cuts are a form of shock therapy. We're in a different location right now, but I thought it was important enough to talk about because starvation is being pushed like a syllabus to the public to teach people to accept less by making them panic first. In 2019, when the checks came late, they called it an inconvenience. But do you remember what happened after? Do you remember what happened after the checks came late? Because mothers swiped cards that beat red. They borrowed from the next month, took out payday loans for milk, and pawned the ring to buy cereal. But when the system opened, the debt sure didn't. The debt sure didn't. Credit scores fell everywhere. The news said relief. The store said closed. The household said nothing. They were too busy trying to catch the next month that slipped away. That's what they were trying to do. That's how you make austerity permanent. I want you to really understand it. Because if you make hunger forgettable, crisis becomes a curriculum that you can present to others. You let the poor learn from you. That's how you get it to happen. Because now it's week 4 in the shutdown. Now it's week 4. I want you to understand how serious it really was. Colorado's benefits are on hold. Tennessee's may never load. Virginia says uncertain. West Virginia says likely delayed. Everywhere the silence is identical. Officials can only speak in ifs. In ifs, while children count what's left. While children count what's left. See, this is the thing about the big beautiful bill though. You remember that name? You remember that name? Because it's not a budget, it's a design. It phases out help like a slow amputation, taking everything that you would have ever needed.
Right. So, and as that help gets taken away, these people become desperate. Okay, because they're dependent on the system. Okay, so they become desperate, and desperate times call for desperate measures. They're going to start doing whatever it takes to survive, right? So let's go to 2nd Ezra. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 10. It says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter." And they're leading you jakes down a road of slaughter. That's why they got you jakes crashing out on the internet talking about what you're going to do. I'm going to go, steal this food and so on and so forth, right? Because a lot of you jakes are stupid as hell, especially the N-Dub, which they don't have a man. That's why they're doing that. Because if they had a man, the man would have told them most likely don't put no stupid shit like that on the internet. It says, "I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt." Okay, now the modern day Egypt is where? Is Babylon the Great. Read Revelations 11 and 8, the spiritual Sodom in Egypt. "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." Okay, so ultimately Egypt is going to be completely destroyed when all is said and done, but first it has to go through those plagues. Okay, "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful consolation." That's going into the farmers. The farmers have been mourning since Trump has got elected. The farmers have been mourning on a high level. Okay. "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands." Okay. The swords represent what? The weaponry. Okay. Right? The people are going to be fighting one another. It's going to be civil war. It's going to be death all around in these streets. Okay. Especially in these cities. "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another." See that? So that's what I'm saying. Don't be letting people up in your house and random people and letting them know what you have. And, hey, we're not in the time of that. Even family members, especially family members. How about that? Especially family members. Okay? Ain't nobody know out of my family know where I live except for like my pops. That's it. Because for some, he came, it is what it is. But for the most part, don't let nobody know where you live, man. Okay? Okay? That's the bottom line, man. You understand? I'm not finna tell my cousins where I live, the exact, my address, and nah. F all that. Okay. The only ones that's able to, and outside of him is the brotherhood. Outside of him is the brotherhood. Okay. It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Okay. So there's going to be cities that are blocked off. Okay. You're going to need particular digital ID to get through, to get approved to go through. Okay. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay. And that's what's going to happen. A lot of fears get ready to come to these areas, man, because guess what? The government is no longer going to nourish you. Okay. We are supposed to be nourished in Babylon. We're supposed to be nourished not just in Babylon, but by the serpent for a time period. Right. Especially in Babylon. And, we're at the end of that now. We're at the end of that. Okay. So now it's time for the pain. We're in the time of Jacob's trouble now. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Hey, there's another scripture that says what? That friends shall fight one another as enemies. You cannot trust the people of this world. The people of this world, they're going to snake you out to the government. Okay, the people of this world, they're going to how'd you say that? They're going to call the authorities on you when it benefits them. You see, they're gonna kick in your door to look for food when it benefits them. You see, so we have to move with wisdom, man. We can't be lackadaisical in these times. All right, because we're coming to it's about to be hard for these people. But Yahweh Shemi Yahushua is gonna have his men. He's gonna guard his men, but we can't be simple-minded. All right. This is 2 Timothy 3:1. Says this also. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Okay, so we're in a time where people's moral standards are at the lowest, and it's only going to decrease. All right, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Hey, you don't even say hi to, a lot of people don't even say hi to their own neighbors. Okay? They don't even have conversations with their own neighbors. Right? They see people in the street, even if they look like them, they don't say nothing to them. So when it comes time for a famine, do you think they give a damn about these people? No, they don't. They do not. Okay? It says traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. And we're supposed to stay away from these type of people, man. Scripture says what? Be ye separate. Okay? So especially in these times, we have to be mindful and weary of these individuals, okay? Because it's about to get very, very demonic. It's about to be very, very demonic. Okay, don't forget they open up that CERN. Don't forget the Most High is going to send them demons out to wreak havoc too. Don't forget that, man. And this is all by the hands of Yahweh Shemi Yahushua. Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it? Okay? The Lord is setting up the crash out. He's setting up these people to lose it. He's setting up these people to lose it. He's setting up these people to get violent. That's why if you're able-bodied, obviously brothers know I have a major injury right now, but if I didn't have that, I'll be training. Okay? I'll be training. All right? And not to say that that's how we're going to be delivered, right? Because I don't, we don't trust in our buckler and our shield and all that and our strength. We trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai uses those things. Okay? So, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. Just a quick video I wanted to make. And with that, I'll say shalom.